Now for the part I enjoyed most. I do love sewing plushes. It kept coming across my mind while planning the bag project that I wanted to see how the dog was created originally, so I absolutely just had to include tearing one apart and seeing how ratios work. Newsflash, I did expect this, I just wasn't sure, but you cannot just blow up a plush and expect it to look the same. The ratios are not going to be correct. It did turn out that the body for this project worked very well, but the head was too large, so I had to add an extra panel along the center of the belly. I always love a reason to pull out my Adobe subscription, obviously with the cost, right? But any chance to get into Illustrator or Photoshop to either mock up a pattern or a final design is something that I am always planning to do in my projects. I remembered I had this really pretty blue and black velvety roll of fabric, I think from Walmart. It was definitely large enough to make the whole dog out of this project, so... Can you see the dog silhouette? This will be a lot of machine stitching. Things like the tail, the ears, the different pieces of the head, and obvious connections like chest to back and back to belly. Then it's on to sewing the more complex pieces together. This is when I realized it was all coming together nicely, and I was excited to show you and my partner. Part of the ratio issue I mentioned earlier is that I had to add some darts into the legs. And here's what it's looking like. The back legs still need attached, as well as the feet and the zipper. And here I'm trying to match the seams correctly. Here's that extra panel I mentioned earlier. I'm just attaching it to the extra width of the head that is available, if that makes sense. And that piece will hold the zipper. Before I close everything up and make the final touches, I check everything, make sure all the seams I want to close are closed, and then I seam rip the zipper. And it's finally done. The big dog is stuffed with bags instead of polyfill, a little more affordable. I already knew that the ratio thing wouldn't exactly work out on blowing up the design of the dog, but it's nice to see how that actually works out and actually do it incorrectly to know why it's wrong. Yeah, here they are. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for appreciating the project with me.